Was it misfortune, destiny, or something darker? The fall of the Romanovs, the final dynasty of Russia, unfolds like a chain of omens and secrets carved in blood. Beneath chandeliers and golden halls, whispers spoke of pacts and prophecies, debts that history would never forgive. Power glimmered like fragile ice stretched across a vast river, beautiful but ready to crack. Warnings came in the form of visionaries, burned letters, and unsettling dreams. Some swore they heard footsteps echoing through deserted galleries. Others claimed to see shadows lingering near the throne. Was it revolution that doomed them, superstition, or an unseen force that had always haunted the crown? The Romanovs came to power in 1613, bringing order to a nation torn apart by the time of troubles. For 3 centuries, crowns shone beneath gilded domes, and regiments marched proudly through frozen streets. Yet beneath the grandeur, fractures spread. Wars bled the empire dry, peasants starved, rebellions smoldered. Chroniclers wrote of signs in the heavens, comets streaking above fortresses, crucifixes cracking without cause. Relics were passed like charms, harsh decrees defended as sacred duty. By the dawn of the 20th century, the sparkle of jewels no longer blinded the people. A fog of ill fortune clung to the dynasty. Letters vanishing, corridors echoing with whispers, recurring dreams of cold iron and endless night. Nicholas inherited not just a throne, but a burden carved from centuries of expectation. Every decree, every parade, every banquet felt weighed against an ancient debt written into the stone of power itself. If the Romanovs were chosen to save Russia, why did fate so often turn its face away? Into this world of rumors stepped Grigory Rasputin, a wandering mystic who rose from peasant roads to imperial chambers. Finding his way to the bedside of the fragile heir, Alexei. His prayers seemed to still bleeding. His voice, rough but calm, eased pain. To the nobility, he was scandal. To Empress Alexandra, he was salvation. Secret notes, whispered counsel, decisions made in candlelight. Rasputin became legend, both miracle and disgrace. He spoke of dangers no one else saw, warned of treachery behind familiar faces, and urged patience where others demanded steel. Attempts on his life failed again and again. Poison, bullets, icy waters. His death came late, as if destiny itself delayed the inevitable. His eyes in faded photographs stare back like an unspoken accusation. Letters attributed to him foretold a storm at the gates. When he finally fell in 1916, many believed the last thread of protection had snapped, leaving the crown exposed to the abyss. As secrets tangled within palaces, the streets of Russia ignited. War drained fields and filled graves, and the people's exhaustion roared like thunder. By 1917, strikes, protests, and mutinies shattered the illusion of permanence. Nicholas abdicated, and the crown, once sacred, was reduced to a pawn in chaos. The family was moved from palace to prison, first at Tsarskoye Selo, later Tobolsk, watched by guards who wavered between cruelty and sympathy. Diaries spoke of restless nights, candles extinguished by unseen winds, corridors haunted by silence. Alexandra's letters pleaded for faith. Nicholas's notes tried to impose order, as though discipline could hold back the tide. Yet rumors only grew. Hidden packages, crucifixes sewn into garments, secret meetings whispered through locked doors. The empire fractured, and the Romanovs became symbols of a power they no longer held. Were they victims of politics, or players in a tragedy foretold by omens no one dared to read aloud? On the night of July 17th, 1918, history descended into the cellar of the Ipatiev house. Harsh lights, cramped walls, orders barked in haste. The Romanovs faced an execution that ended 3 centuries of dynasty. The first shots blurred with screams and smoke. Jewels hidden in their clothes deflected bullets, delaying the inevitable. Then silence, boots scraping, metal against stone. The bodies were carried away, burned, buried in acid and earth, as if to erase them completely. Later, strange accounts surfaced, symbols carved into walls, chants imagined or real. A night stretched too long, as if Russia itself had held its breath. Testimonies contradicted one another, too many bullets or too few. Prayers interrupted, voices in the corridor. When the door closed, nothing remained but bloodstains and doubt. Was it a brutal act of war, or a sacrifice long scripted in shadow? Even after their fall, the Romanovs refused to vanish from history. Decades later, hidden graves revealed bones attributed to the family. DNA analysis in the late 20th and early 21st centuries confirmed ties to European royalty. And yet, uncertainty lingered. Missing remains, hesitant recognition from the church, stories of survivors. Anastasia's legend lived on, fueling trials, books, and endless fascination. Archives reopened, yielding censored letters, torn photographs, incomplete inventories, timelines that never fit. For some, the curse was only a metaphor for tragic choices. For others, a force that stalked everyone who touched their story. Their legacy became a hall of mirrors, each reflection plausible, none definitive. Experts debated, priests hesitated, the public remained entranced by echoes in empty corridors. If the bones tell the truth, why does silence still speak louder than proof? The saga of the Romanovs is a broken mirror where myth and fact reflect one another in fractured light. We see a family bound by symbols, crushed by late decisions, and caught in a nation collapsing under its own weight. While legends insist on weaving invisible threads between omens and doom. Perhaps the curse is simply the collision of human choices with the merciless current of history. Yet still, portraits seem to watch from their frames, archives whisper with half-told truths, and the echo of footsteps in deserted halls invite us to look once more into the shadows. If this story held you captive, stay with us. Many more mysteries of history wait in the dark.